Hello everyone, here we're gonna learn about modules in Python. Let me take you directly to the Python interface, or which is called Python IDE. Here we're gonna use Jupyter, not Jupyter Notebook really. Here today we're gonna try Spider. All right, so let's say you are working in here, and if you have to do some sort of calculations, for example addition, so what you're gonna do is just write this number and hit run button, and that is executed and you get the result over here. So just notice at the right hand side here it will be producing the result, right? If you have never worked in Spider, so at right hand side you're gonna get the result, and over left hand side we will be executing the codes. So this kind of calculation you can do and hit run button, you can get the result. But what happens when you have to do same kind of things again and again, these silly things again and again? It becomes tedious and boring activity. So to skip all those things, what we do is we define functions, right? So how do we define the function? What functions are? I have created a separate video for this. I would say just check that out. Link is given in the description section, and it is showing right over here as well. Now once you create these all functions, once you define all these functions, then after that what you can do is you can simply call any one of these functions, and you can just provide the input in that. And what you can do is you can just just bear with me. Okay, so what you can do is just select this and hit run button. So when you do that, this is the output which you get. Alright, so it simplified your work. Now let's consider we start work. After this we go to the Jupyter Notebook here and we try to use the same function. Are we going to be able to use that? Let's check that. No, it just threw the error. What does it say? It says name add is not defined. It's not defined, that's why we cannot use that, right? So what is the solution, right? So what we can do is we can save these particular things and we can make a module out of it. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we just say save, and I'm going to say this module, okay, this module and .py. I'm going to save it as .py format. Okay, this is something which you should note. Now once this is saved, what you can do is jump back to the Jupyter Notebook, and over here just remove this thing, and what you're gonna do is just import that. What was the module name? And that module name was this. That module name was this module. Let's see if that comes. Yes, this module was the module name. Now we just hit enter and it is imported. It didn't give any error, right? That means this module is imported. Now if you want to use that, what you're gonna do is you're gonna type this module again dot, and out of this whatever function you have you can use that, and just hit enter. Here you got the result, right? So it's as simple as this. I just hope that it was clear to you, right? So in this module, in this particular module, you can see all these functions are available. You can choose any one of these. For example, let's try dividing something, right? 44,2, and when you do this, what you get is 22.0. Sorry. So you see how effective is this, right? So what you can do is you can create list of functions and you can save them and you can make them module and you can use them whenever it is needed. One thing you should notice is why I was able to save it in Jupyter and save it is in Spider, but I was able to use in Jupyter because both of these two things have working library at same place. How can we check that? Okay, so I'll just say, so if you want to check working library, so what you can do is import OS library and just say os dot get working library, get working directory. Okay, and just hit enter. So this is the directory. At the same place I saved that particular module, and that's why I was able to import it. So what you do is whenever you create a module, save that in the current working directory. No matter what IDE you are working, if that is installed in the same directory, you will be able to use that particular module. Okay, you can do the same thing with your friend. You can share that with your friend and they can also import and they can use that. Moving ahead, if you have to use this thing again and again, for example writing this big spelling could be tedious task, right? So how can you simplify that? So whenever you import, what you can do is you can say import this module as TM, let's say call it TM. Now when you do that, after just typing TM, you will be able to see all the modules available in this, all the functions available in this thing, right? So you just renamed your module in this current session, right? And use, when you execute this, you get the same result. So this is how you rename it. Now what next? The next thing, what if you want to understand what all are the modules and functions available in this particular module? How can you check that? So for that, what you can do is you can check it, you can use dir command, and in that you just put the module name team, right? Does it works? Oh, it just worked over here, right? So it just gave you the list of all the functions. You can ignore these all, these all are the default things. So these are the functions which are available inside this particular module. So this is how you can define and create a module. So this was the module which I created over here. There are some modules which are available with Python, for example numpy. So you might have noticed I keep on using that, import numpy as np. So I just imported it. Now what if you want to check what all are the functions available in this numpy? Can you check that? Okay, yes, of course we can check that. How can we check that? So just say print dir, and in that you can just apply np. Now these all are the functions which are available in numpy. In the same way you can do this for any module which you use or ever come across to use that. Okay, so this is it. This was the module. Now if you want me to explain you in terms of definition, what I can say is this is what modules. It's nothing but a package having multiple functions or instructions stored into it, to which you can import in your current project and can use its element whenever it is needed. In short, what we can say, if you have all these kind of functions defined, what you can do is you can store them in an envelope, and you can, so that envelope would be nothing but your module, and whenever it is needed you can import that module, and after that you can use the functions of that module as and when it is needed. So this is it about module. I just hope that you understood everything about it. Just in case if you have any doubt, put that into the comment section. I will definitely try to solve that. Until then, happy learning. Wish you very all the best.